Okay, guys, don't mind the placeholder images because we're actually going to talk about not the newest Rajini movie but 30 plus years old classic Thalapathy, the OG Thalapathy. I mean, if one were to say that Stalin, Karunanidhi's son's name, title Thalapathy, and Vijay, title Thalapathy, was inspired by the feats of Superstar Rajini, Maniratnam, cameraman Santosh Sivan, and Isinyani Raja in that magnum opus Thalapathy, uh, many people would believe you, right? Because before that, that was never a famous nickname or whatever it is. It became very famous after the 1991 movie, and even the movie has you can speak for days about the movie because it's special in so many ways, right? Now that it's been reloaded or re-released with whatever modern systems that there is now, I'm not sure to what extent the 4K beauty is there, or is it just a label thrown as marketing tool, sound system, and so on. However, it shows that when technicians pour their blood, sweat, and tears into making a beautiful product, with all the limitations of India of 1991, okay, it wasn't a time where economy was booming, super booming. In fact, it was a PM Narasimha Rao's era at that time. Economy was in doldrums, okay. But it shows that money is not all about money when making art. It's about pouring everything you have into it. If you look at the Maniratnam of films like Katru Velidai, where you saw all the technicians doing magic but Maniratnam strangely being absent, you can see the contrast in how this movie Thalapathy was made, where Maniratnam's input. Forget about the story because everybody knows about the story, Mahabharata, right? Everybody knows. There's nothing the story side of it. It's all about how he makes the screenplay, how he brings in the nuances, how Santosh, even the cameraman, used tungsten yellow light to give it that beautiful tint. Okay, in fact, some lady named her child Santosh Sivan because of how mesmerizing the Thalapathy, specifically the film Thalapathy cinematography was. You can look up in the Twitter. I saw it some time back, but I forgot to sort of how to put it, keep it where I can find it. Okay, let's put it that way, right? So that's how much of an impact that film had on people, and the kind of meticulousness of him trying to use the black and white for the early flashback scene and then going into color, and the kind of massive music Elijah gave, because even from the very beginning of Maniratnam's works, Elijah, he knows how to recognize talent. When he saw the kind of shooting that Maniratnam made and brought, it inspired Elijah to give great music to the work that Maniratnam put in, right? If even for an average film, Elijah can give great music, this is like, such effort is made. So you can see that in Maniratnam's films, Ilaiyaraaja's music always was a notch higher than others, right? So Ilaiyaraaja knows how to spot talent, right? You guys can always talk about him being arrogant. I think it's like very brutally honest because he doesn't have to please anybody, okay? He's just being honest in your face, okay? So that's the kind of person Ilaiyaraaja is. And sometimes you have to be like that to get the best work from your technician. If you're too nice guy, nice boy, like director Siva, who gave us Annate, guys, right? Yes, he was a very, very nice guy, plus, plus. But do you get the results? Okay. Of course, the best of all worlds is like Rajinikanth. You are nice, you are kind, you're polite, and yet you pour your heart out. You're age 70, you're age 90, you're whatever, you still work hard and bring out the best film, right? So to see 2K kids celebrating, I mean, I never imagined it, right? The Katukuli song is going on, and the theater people are so sporting that they put up the lights, they mute the sound like a DJ in a disco and let them sing it out, and it's just awesome, man. I think many other theaters should go for this style of doing it, and so they started off with very small number of screens, and I hear that the screens are expanding and all that. And also this ties into the rumor of Rajini making a film Maniratnam, which in fact started during the audio launch of Ponniyin Selvan 1, if I'm not mistaken, where Rajini and Kamal was on stage, and Rajini as usual gave a beautiful entertaining audio launch talk. And at that time there was the rumor that they're joining hands, and then lo and behold, law of irony struck, and Maniratnam decided to go with the opposite camp of Rajini, which is Kamal. Of course, Maniratnam is related to Kamal through Suhasini, his wife. So whatever it is, that happened. But somehow the rumors refused to die down. In fact, at one point, Suhasini herself said that there is no such thing going on. And some of our so-called senior journalists who have the inside industry news says, no, in fact, Mani might come out again. However, most of the fans would love to see money, not just any money, but the vintage money, right? He must have that spirit of the 90s that he had coming in. Rajini already got his mojo, right? After Jailer hit, he really went up a notch already, and hopefully Money can bring that PS1 mojo, right? and with the momentum both of them have, if they combine, you're gonna see the, it's gonna, theaters are gonna blow out, man, with the kind of product that they can give if they put their heart and soul into it. That's the key word. Okay, in fact, the same cameraman Santosh Sivan, when working with Rajini in Darbar, we felt it was just a much more mundane kind of a cinematography. It's not like so iconic, right? Every barber shop in Tamil Nadu in that day used to have that iconic Rajini turning back, and this film was so beautiful. They now went to Switzerland to shoot. It's just like a small town in India, Mysore, I believe, somewhere near there, and they just made it so well with all the quality cinematography, creativity, and even Rajini does not wear weird, Nike sneakers or Adidas and all these kind of things. He just wears very simple dress, just like a regular guy would in those areas. Beautifully succinct, brief dialogues, nice color tones. I mean, it was just a pinnacle of everything. And not only that, that movie Thalapathy represents the end of something and the beginning of another. It represents the end of collaboration of Maniratnam Ilayaraja, and subsequently in Roja, Maniratnam, as we all know, went with A.R. Rahman. Okay, but at the same time, it also represents the beginning whereby Arvind Swamy, a new hero, gets introduced into Tamil cinema. People might have mistaken him for a young Kamal Hassan on first look, but anyway, that was that. So there's all this real interesting thing going on there, and of course the analogy with Mahabharata, with Rajini representing the concept of Karnan, the sun being there, right? Of course, criticism can be leveled that Deva and Rajini become blood buddies like so easily, like that. Like, just one event happened, suddenly boom, from enemies they are like friends. Hello, that seems kind of weird. And the weirdest of the weird is somehow they were asking Rajini to literally marry the wife of the man he murdered. Hello, if you are the wife, what will you do? Will you try to kill Rajinikanth in the first place, isn't it? So that those two big holes in the plot, but the movie was made with such sincerity that audience just forgave those. But I think this is something, if they work together in the future, they got to be careful of the loopholes, because this generation audience might not be so forgiving of a new movie with something like that, right? So to continue the analogy, so Rajini being Karna, and Arjuna being Arvind Swamy in fact goes off to some so-called fight or battle, right? That sounds like Mahabharata, again the words and all that are used. And finally, last but not least, what's the name, the villain, the so-called villain who Kalivardhan, right? Kalivardhan, the Hindi actor, the name is not coming to me now. He acted in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He did a great job. I think I loved the way he acted, right? The style, the underplay that he did, and he is supposed to represent Krishna of all things. I'm like, wow, is Karna literally killing Krishna in this movie? If that's what Maniratnam is trying to convey, that's kind of crazy, right? So a lot of the nuances, like for example, the scene where Rajini, Jay Shankar, and what do you call it? What's her name? Sri Vidya, I believe. Yeah, he's playing the mother. They are like in the temple, and beautiful camera moves slowly. The tones of the color, white of the wall of the temple, and Surya's shirt, and the mother, and suddenly at the same time a train passed by with the sound, and all three turning at the same time. See, all these are very lyrical. It might have been a beautiful combination of understanding between the cameraman and director Maniratnam, bringing forth such a beautiful film. Not too much of trend following, not too much of comedy and all that distracts the flow of the movie. So this is the kind of movie that's made in a neutral location, in like a neutral place, not too much of a trendy topics of the time and all that. So this is definitely a movie every 30-40 years, even until 2035 you put it, people will love it. It's a classic. What do you guys think? Thank you. Share in the comment section. Bye bye guys.